E.N.D here, day 3 for the spoilers of Tarkir Dragonstorm. Leave me in the comments which is your favorite dragon so far spoiled. Mine is without any doubt Ureni, the song ending at 1010 badass. Anyway, let's start. And I want to start with the land cycle, a very important cycle in every magic set. Dalkovan encampment enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain. Taps to add 1 white mana, 2 and 1 white. Tap whenever you attack this turn, create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Mysterious Village enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain or a forest. Tapped for 1 blue. 1 blue, tapped. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. Great Arashin City enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a forest or a plains. Tap to add 1 black mana, 1 and 1 black. Tap, exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token. Kori Mountain Monastery enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a plains or an island. Tap to add 1 red, 3 and 1 red. Tap, exile the top card of your library until the end of next turn. You may play that card. Kishla Village enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island or a swamp. Tap to add 1 green mana, 3 and 1 green. Tap, Surveil 2. Perenation 3, 1 white, 1 black and 1 green. Sorcery, return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof counter and an indestructible counter on it. Zurgot Thunder's Decree for 1 red, 1 white and 1 black, 2/4 mobilize 2. During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed. Severance Priest 1 white, 1 black and 1 green, 3/3 with that touch enters the battlefield. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose an online card from it. If you do, exile that card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, the exile card owner creates an XX white spirit creature token, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. The new way, 2 1 blue, 1 red and 1 white instant. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, it deals that much damage to that source controller and you draw that many cards. Dalkovan Backpiece 2 and 1 white, 0/4 with Vigilance, mobilize 3. Descendant of Storms for 1 white, 2/1. Whenever this creature attacks, you may pay 1 and 1 white. If you do, it endures 1. Veteran Storm Singer 3 and 1 black, 3/3 with mobilize 1. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Disparate Measures for 1 black instant. Target creature gets +1/-1 until end of turn. When it dies under your control this turn, draw 2 cards. Krumar Initiates for 1 and 1 black, 2/2. X and 1 black. Tap, pay X life. This creature endures X. Activate only as a sorcery. Unrooted Ancestor for 2 and 1 black, 3/2 with flesh for 1 generic mana. Sacrifice another creature. This creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. Attuned Hunter 2 and 1 green, 3/3 with trample. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Lie in wait for 1 black, 1 green and 1 blue. Sorcery, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It deals damage equal to that card's power to target creature. Mystic Monastery, probably this will be a new cycle. Land enters the battlefield tapped to add 1 blue, 1 red or 1 white mana. Rampaging Dome Brute 4 and 1 white, 3/4 with Omen. Calling Roar for 1 and 1 white. Create a 2/2 white soldier creature token. Flying Vigilance at the beginning of combat on your turn. Another creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Snow Melt Stack for 3 and 1 blue, 2/5 Vigilance. During your turn, this creature has base power and toughness of 5/2. 5 and 2 blue. This creature can be blocked this turn. Shock Barricades for 1 and 1 red, 1/3 with Menace, mobilize 1. Underfoot Underdogs for 2 and 1 red, 1/2. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. For 1, tap. Target creature you control with power 2 or less can be blocked this turn. Sag Wielding 4 and 1 green, 3/3 with Omen. Roost Seek for 1 green. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Flying enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Ambermouth Sentinel for 2 generic mana, 2/1. Enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, then shuffle, and put that card on top. If you control a dragon, put that card onto the battlefield tapped instead. Last but not least, Evolving Wilds. Yes, Evolving Wilds will be reprinted in Tarkir Dragonstorm with new artwork. But wait, there is more. Commander, don't forget that Tarkir Dragonstorm will come with 5 pre-constructed commander decks. One of these decks will be Jeskai Striker, cast extra spells, flurry spells effect, The commanders Shiko and Narset Unified and Elsha 3-4 Master. Enlightened Heart 2 and 1 white enchantment Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a relic counter on this enchantment, then create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess for each relic counter on it. Tempest Technique 3 and 1 white enchantment aura with Storm enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature get +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Adaptive Training Post 2 and 1 blue artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if this artifact has fewer than 3 charge counters on it, put a charge counter on it. Remove 3 charge counters from this artifact when you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. Transcendent Dragon 4 and 2 blue 4/3 with flash and flying. Enters the battlefield if you cast it, counter target spell. If the spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Then you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Voracious Bibliophile 3 and 1 blue 3/3 with flying vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell with 1 or more targets, draw that many cards. Caldera Pyromo 3 and 2 red 3/3 with flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, then this creature deals damage equal to its power to target opponent. Transforming Flourish 2 and 1 red instant. Demonstrate. Destroy target artifact or creature you don't control. If that permanent is destroyed this way, its controller exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Then they may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Will of the Jeskai 3 and 1 red sorcery. Choose one. If you control a commander as you cast the spell, you may choose both instead. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards, or each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gain flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. So that was the last card for this particular day 3 for the spoilers of Tarkir Dragonstorm. Join me again tomorrow because I am sure there will be more and more spoilers for this Dragons and Khans set. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.